today's spooky spot, we're having a look at the new NECA Nightmare on Elm Street figures. Today we're looking at Freddy Krueger as seen in A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. I've gotten tons of requests wondering when I was going to actually review these guys, and I threw it out to you. I said, do you want me to review these as a regular review or as a spooky spot? Well, you guys came back and said, Spot, do it as a spooky spot. So here you go. Enjoy. I've been really excited about getting these guys. I think right from day one I've always said, you know, I wish NECA or Mezco, but I preferred it to be NECA. I wish NECA would just release movie icon, horror icons from each movie. So I said, you know, geez, I wish they'd release Freddy from part 1, part 2, part 3. Do the different versions, the different things that make up Freddy. You know, Freddy with sunglasses. You could have Freddy with the arms coming out of his body. The faces on his torso. Same thing with Jason. You know, do Jason's from part 1 and do all the way through, like the Roys. You know, part 8 and stuff like that. Finally, NECA has gotten the rights back of the Nightmare on Elm Street, and they're re-releasing. Well, not re-releasing, but they're going back and doing it right. If you ask me, they're doing Freddy's right from the beginning and going all the way through. So today's spooky spot, we're looking at the original Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger. Comes with alternate head, comes with the alternate arms, and of course his fedora. Down below we got a picture of Freddy Krueger. On the back, it says complete your nightmare, and down below it's got Freddy's Revenge Freddy. We've got the Dream Warriors Freddy and the Dream Master Freddy. I wonder if they'll release the Dream Child Freddy, which is basically Freddy just with his head down in his hands. He's just embarrassed. He just feels like saying, I'm so sorry. I don't know why you guys, I subjected you guys. The worst nightmare of all is watching the Dream Child. The read-up says Nancy is having grisly nightmares. Something monstrous wants to kill her. Meanwhile, her high school friends, who are having the very same dream, are being slaughtered in their sleep by the hideous fiend of their shared nightmare. When the police ignore their explanation, she must confront the killer in his shadowy realm. And we got a nice cool picture of the figure, Freddy Krueger, with the glove. I am excited to get all of these figures. I hope they do a Jason. Fingers crossed they do a figure Jason line as well. But that's packaging aside. What we're going to do is take a break. I'm going to get this out of package, and we will have a look at Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street. Stay tuned, guys. There is more on the way. And out of package, this figure is fantastic. Fantastic. I have one gripe with the figure. I'll wait to the very end before I tell you what it is. It's not the big. It's a gripe for the wrong reasons. But let's have a look first at the figure itself. Out of packaging, the figure features his very long arms. The long arms that you see during the dream sequence of Tina when she's in the alleyway, and you see Freddy Krueger walking with his extended arms. I never really thought I'd ever get a chance to see a Freddy Krueger figure with the longer arms, and it's very cool that NECA would go as far as to give us a figure that has that. Very, very cool. If I zoom in, certainly we can't overlook one of the more fascinating aspects of the figure, and that's the incredible head sculpt. With the Movie Maniacs Freddy, the Mezco Cinema Fear Freddy. NECA also certainly has gotten a shot at Freddy with the Freddy vs. Jason box set. I mean, of course, you know, the New Nightmare Freddy. But I think of all the Freddys, this is probably the nicest, if you ask me, the nicest rendition of Freddy Krueger. Just a perfect, perfect figure. Of course, he does come with his fedora. No Freddy would be complete without it. And, well, just dropped it. with the fedora on, he looks awesome. He definitely looks, he just looks incredible. Now his fedora is a little different in the original. It changes later on in the movies, but it's a much smaller fedora I find in the first movie. But he just looks so, so cool. He's got his sweater on, his Freddie sweater, as you would expect. And then as mentioned, he's got these really, really long arms. He's also got his slacks and his shoes. And way down at the bottom there, as you can see, he's also got his glove. It's a little warped, unfortunately, because it was in the package. Nothing, just heating this up a little bit could do. Put it in a little hot water and just bend these back into place. Freddie does have, in the way of articulation, he has a ball-jointed head. I'll take the fedora off here. He has a ball-jointed head. He has a pin and socket shoulder. He has individual articulation in the arms that you can rotate all the way around. You can also bend them. You can rotate the hands, rotate at the waist, and you can rotate at the boots. Now that's not all, my friends. That is not all. Because this Freddie also has alternate accessories, or alternate limbs and whatnot. If you take off the arms, just unpeg, I should say. Just unpeg it here and unpeg it on this side. You can then take alternate hands, or alternate arms, and plug them into place. Take it, plug it into place, like so. And you've got now new arms in Freddie. Just put that to the side for a second. Just put that, hold on a second there, Freddie, hold on. Okay, you know what, we'll just lay him down. Pan this down. If you take the hand off, the one hand, or the one arm, unpeg it. Take the other hand, unpeg it. And then just peg those hands back into the arms, the new arms. Peg it into the new arms. There we go. And just like that, you've got yourself a standard Freddie. And you can take his fedora, put it back on there, and Freddie looks very, very cool. And now that's not all. You can also take his head off, unpeg his head, and Freddie also does come with an alternate head, which I find with the heads are a little harder to get on than that of the hands. Just apply a little bit of force there. Might have to actually do this off camera. You guys just talk amongst yourselves. There we go. And you've got yourself the Sculpt Freddy Krueger alternate head, which again is very, very cool. I didn't get the head on all the way, but you guys get the idea. The paint is really, really nice. The sculpt is fantastic. I mean, you can't beat that face for Freddy Krueger. In fact, I'll actually take that off. After all that effort, I'm going to try to put the face, the regular head back on. There we go. Just a fantastic figure. I can't say enough good things about this figure. There we go. My one gripe, and you're saying, Spot, how could you have a gripe for such a perfect figure? My one gripe, and this is nothing. This is only as a compliment to Neca. The fact that you get alternate limbs, you also get an alternate head. Between that, you've got yourself standard Freddy, as I'd like to think of him as, with standard hands, you know, the glove and everything else. You have Freddy with the extended arms. That's 2. And you also have Freddy with the skull head. Now, I would keep the regular head with the extended arms and also with the short arms, and I would also keep the skinless Freddy with the short arms. If you add that all up, that's 3 figures. To me, that's 3 figures. If you want to also keep one on mint, that would mean you'd have to buy 4 figures of Freddy. Perfectly worth it if you ask me, because I would be the type, I would love to have 3 of the same character all on the shelf, each with the different variation. This is such a great figure. Again, worth buying 3 of these, I think, just so you can get the benefit of all the accessories, all the different variations of them. But this is just a perfect Freddy. If you are a Freddy fan, I can't recommend this figure enough to you guys. I'm going to give Freddy here a 9.5. Can't really say enough good things about it. The one bad thing, curse you NECA for giving us awesome accessories that I probably will buy 2 more of them just so I can get them all on display. Today's spooky spot, we're having a look at the new NECA Nightmare on Elm Street. I was going to say Friday the 13th. The new Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Kruegers. Today we were looking at the Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street. Perfect figure. I thank you guys for watching as you always do. Stay tuned for more spooky spots. There's a lot more to come this Halloween, my friends. And I will see you guys next time. Woo!